Alright, what's up friends? I'm here obviously with Kyle today because we're gonna quiz him and see how much he loves me. Okay, so I have prepared a list of questions to ask him, but I kind of want to do it where like I answer for him as well, so it's not just like quizzing you, because I should know some shit about him too, really, you know? But also like I get to cheat because I made the list, so...
So she looked up or thought about all my answers prior.
Basically, that's exactly what happened. Okay, first question, where and how did we meet? We just talked about this with my parents, like, yesterday, actually.
Well, in Champaign, at
school.
school. It was technically through a mutual friend, but we had two classes together, Dance 100 and Com 111, 112. Dance and
But
speech.
we didn't talk in these classes, like, ever. And I want to add color, too, because sometimes you're just, like, it's kind of a long story. But I thought that Kyle was like a typical like douchebag athlete because he wore every day like his Nike sweats. His
Listen to how crazy she sounds.
I know, it's dumb. But
yeah,
like
you wear Nike.
He looked cocky, like.
Oh, and another one. I had a shaved head. Oh, he was
shaved head, and the headphones around your neck, and then your hat on backwards. That was a flat bill. So I was always like, okay, this kid. But I always thought he was so cute. And our mutual friend Taylor. Hung out with him quite a bit because they were like from the same like hometown area, and then I knew Taylor from cheer, and I always told Taylor to date Kyle. I was always like, he's so cute, like why don't you guys date? And like they were just like friends, I don't know. So finally Taylor took me to like their dorm room one night, and it was like with a ton of people. Like I don't know, nothing like special happened that night at all, but he did text me like a couple days later, and then I took him to formal like the next weekend because I had no date, and I was just like, will you come to formal with me for like my sorority like date event? And then like 2 weeks
and she's
later,
like, hey, thanks man, peace.
Nuh-uh. A couple weeks later, he literally invited me to his hometown to like meet his family because he was going home, and he's like, yeah, if you want to come, like it's Mother's Day, we go to this place for like brunch every year. And I was like, okay. And it was like awkward because we got like a ride from a friend, and they're like, oh, how long have you guys been together? And we're like, we're not really dating.
Yeah.
Like, we were so awkward. We never like made it official, but like once like I met his family and like he met mine, it was like you're kind of official at that point.
Yeah.
Here we are, almost 5 years later.
Yep.
What was your first impression of me? I already said my first impression of you.
I don't know. She told this story in Com about her swallowing her retainer and someone having to give her like the Heimlich, and I was like. Oh.
I love that he remembers that though.
I was like, what?
It was literally my most embarrassing speech that we had to do.
It was like an impromptu speech, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I didn't really have a read on you because with like Taylor, like that's the only person I knew that you like knew.
Yeah, and
so,
you
like
liked Taylor, and then me and Taylor were best friends, so. Did you at least think that was cute?
Yeah, absolutely. She also had like jet black hair though when we met, so like I just didn't know what to like. I don't know, like.
We both looked really different.
Yeah. But I didn't think she was a
douchebag.
Biatch.
Who said I love you first?
I did.
And how was it done?
We were in my dorm.
No.
Oh, was it the day before you left? Remember you were packed up that night?
No. So we said I love you when you moved into an apartment for the summer, and you bought me a necklace for my birthday, and you wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then I was drunk, so I didn't say it back, because I read it. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh, thanks. Like, you didn't say it. You, like, wrote it.
Yeah.
So then we talked about it later, like, the next day. He was like, did you read the note? Like, hello?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to react. I was kind of bad. And then I was like, I love you, too. What do I do that annoys you the most? I think I know.
I don't think you do know.
Really? Oh no, what?
Is it like
the truth comes out.
Is it like a...
Anything. Just say what you're thinking.
You're quick to react a lot.
Okay.
Like, I feel like emotionally sometimes you're like, ah, and then you're like, oh wait, never mind. Like, then you bring it back, you're like, okay, I'm still mad, or like, okay, that makes sense, sorry, I didn't know what you were saying. But, I don't know, things that you do, bite your fork, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Bite your fork is the worst one.
Yeah. Every time I'm like eating, I like bite the fork and the noise it makes.
Hidden sass would be with the first one. Like, hidden sass when she doesn't mean to be sassy. She's like, what? I'm like, okay, first off.
You're making me sound like a bitch. I was just gonna say my annoyance of you is how much you interrupt.
Yes, I'm bad.
See, but we're self-aware.
Trying to work on it.
How do I like my coffee?
Hot most of the time, because you're always cold. But stevia, I don't know, you do some random stuff like almond milk with a splash of blah 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 blah, sugar-free blah blah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
And then like
stevia
almond milk if they have it. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever like non-dairy milk they have, but they usually have like sugar-free like syrup flavors, so like sugar-free hazelnut shot, whatever. You like hot coffee, 2 creams, 2 sugars, but usually you get the blueberry flavor coffee if we're at Dunkin'.
It's delicious. Hot or cold.
Right on! Where do I want to travel the most?
Greece.
Yep.
Greece
and
then
Thailand.
like, yeah.
Greece and Thailand.
Vietnam, Thailand, something like that.
Yeah. Greece / like Italy. What am I most afraid of?
In life or like an actual physical thing? Because you hate spiders.
I do hate spiders, but in life I was thinking.
Probably just not like exploring like the world, you know, traveling, like doing stuff, just being like locked to a situation, I guess. But
oh, that was such a good answer. I thought you were gonna say like dying or like, because I'm really afraid of like being kidnapped or like being sex trafficked.
I mean,
but
yeah, but like
no, but like
legit answer, like something that's plausible is like not doing enough, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
having regrets
yourself,
is like really for me. Like I just really don't want to regret like not doing the things that I want to do.
But yeah, yes, that's true.
No, I'm glad you went that route, but I thought you were gonna do
like the movie
sex
Taken.
trafficker.
That could be my life.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of that.
But yeah,
I feel like you're not afraid of anything.
not really, no.
Yeah, nothing. My fearless.
I mean, there's like life fears, but
like what?
Kind of stuff like that, where it's like
the regrets and the.
Well, yeah, like your outlook doesn't like pan out at all, and you're like just kind of like, oh, well,
yeah,
I'm here and I'm doing.
I never want to be content. I want to be like always adventurous, always pushing.
Yeah, pretty adventurous.
Always changing. What are my nicknames?
Got a lot of them.
Not really.
Nana, Ice-T, Tina Lutos, Tian, TT, Teets. I don't know if Teeter was one, probably was.
You're killing it. I was called Tots before I met
T-Lou
you.
or something you said.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but she wanted to be she wanted to be called TJ when she was younger.
So my middle name's Jean. Obviously, that's what this channel is, but I literally think that TJ is so cute.
It sounds like a mascot.
And no one ever started it or kept it going. And like
hey,
people make
call me
all these
TJ.
like,
Everyone's like, no.
interesting ones, and people call me T. I'm like, can't you just add a J? Like, hey TJ, hey
Yeah.
Teach, that would be cute.
Teach is okay, but it's like kind of like a guy. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, she tried to force on her own nickname, so.
Not the rest. I like the rest, but I just think Teach would have been cute. Okay, that's all.
Ice-T,
I'm over it.
Yeah.
You have quite a bit. Not really.
I
Most
just
people
have,
just
like,
call him Kai, but then like in high school, before I knew you, people called you like Langer. I feel like that's like it.
Whitey was my nickname when I was younger.
Oh yeah, so blonde.
Yeah, Whitey, Kyle. Yeah, I don't know.
How have I changed since the beginning of our relationship? That's like a deep one.
She doesn't eat meat.
That's a big one.
Huge one.
Big change.
Really, really like independent to a point where it's like it annoys you to not like to be on someone else's schedule.
Yeah, definitely.
So like in college, she was pretty like, all right, like what are you doing? And now it's like the other way around almost because she's always doing something. So I'm like, what are we doing? Like, she has to like mark my calendar because she's always doing stuff. But
busy woman.
Yeah, but I would think, I don't know. I mean, considering you've like moved, and which is way different than where we are currently sitting
at home.
Yeah, just I don't know. Like that's a huge. It's like a cultural shock. So she definitely has navigated into the corporate world, which is like a huge thing.
I think Chicago's definitely made me independent.
Yeah.
And I like.
I mean, that's just living.
I was independent in college, but like now it's like very different. Like I'm far from home. I don't have like a ton of people to like rely on, and everything's like me, like you're saying. Like I don't even rely on public transportation. I walk everywhere, so it's like my time, my life. But I think that rather than making me like uppity, I don't know like what the word.
No, you've gotten like more savvy.
Yeah, I feel like I'm very savvy, and I'm very like. I hate using the term hippie, but I never know like spiritual. I guess like I was never like that before. It was always just like. I was in the crowd. I like did what everyone else does, and now I like just think so differently. Like every probably adult gets to at one point.
Yeah.
Like I think I've just really grown up this past year.
Yeah.
I don't think you've changed all that much because I think you've always been chill and you've always had this like same mindset of just like having a good life and like I don't know, like knowing what you want for the future, and like my vision for my future has changed like 5 times in the past year, so.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, I think without sports, like, I'm...
No, that's a huge change for you.
Slowly getting almost more balanced now. I mean, just with, like...
I mean, wrestling literally took over every minute of your life before.
So...
What's a song that reminds you of me?
I'm pretty music heavy across a ton of genres. I love certain genres more, but she's, like... Music's music. It's not really.
Yeah, I wish I liked it more, but
I'm like
I love it, like, listening to it, but I'm not like into it.
You could turn pretty much any radio station on and know somewhat of it. We love Avondale, so a lot of like just like little songs. Like I know you love like What's Love. You love that
That's
song,
my favorite one.
but I don't know. Lately, maybe Love Handles because he talks about her dirty mouth or whatever. And
my sass?
no, with your sailor mouth sometimes.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a ton.
What's your favorite memory with me? This is so hard because we have 5 years worth of them.
Yeah. Having someone through college is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
I would probably maybe Colorado. That was pretty fun. Just because it was like us. It was like such a us created thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I don't know. But we like everywhere where we go, we have like a good time. Like we've had a lot of weddings like that we've gone to that people are like.
We're obsessed with weddings. They're so fun.
So if you have a wedding, need people to
party it up with you.
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
There's not like maybe one specific.
Yeah, it's hard. No, I was gonna say I love thinking back to like when we first met. I mean, everyone's relationship always has like that like honeymoon phase or whatever at the beginning, and we had like so much fun freshman year. In the dorms, like I just think it's so funny like looking back when we were like sharing your twin bed like in your dorm, but like. The memory that stands out the most is on that Colorado trip on our way home when we stopped at the Nebraska beach. We're just like looking up at the stars and like the pitch black sky because there's like literally no cities around. It was just like so beautiful and so fun. And we just like grilled out on the beach and like got to actually like sleep by the water on the beach. Like I don't know, that was like the perfect night for me and I would love to do that over again.
Yeah, the other one would be just like rando, like anytime, but like trips to the quad. Then we ended up doing it with Trig a lot later, but like we'd always just sit on the quad, like total turds.
Like, it's such a typical cliche thing, but like we'd be like, wanna go to the quad?
Yeah, we just sit on but we love people watching, so like that was a big thing. Yeah, Trigger judges people. But.
It was fun. Who's the dominant one in the relationship?
I don't know, I kind of roll with everything, so you probably.
You think?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like you put like. I can put my foot down and stop things that I don't want from happening, but like, you kind of put stuff up, and I'm like her chauffeur, so. Yeah, true. But then like in normal life, like if we're just like going somewhere to eat, we both like, where should we go? And we like kind of decide together. It's always like Subway, you know?
Yeah.
Do I have any weird habits?
So.
I'm like, what's he gonna say?
She. Super random.
Okay.
And it's not a bad habit. It's actually really good. But it's the first couple times she started doing it, I was like,
what
are we doing? I'll be like laying in bed and I'll be like watching YouTube. Like we're both laying there or something. And then next thing you know, she just gets up and starts doing this whole aerobic routine. Like she'll just be like, I'm like.
I have like a 5-minute stretch routine that I try to do every night.
But the first couple times, I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, are you sore? Do you need like a back massage?
Are you about to do a workout?
She's like doing all this. What else are you thinking?
No, I can't think of any for me. But I couldn't even think of any for you either. I feel like bad habits is that you just like put your wallet in random ass places and always I'm like looking for it. Or like whenever like you come here, which we're actually really good this time. You usually just like have your shit everywhere. Like 3 shirts will be on my table, 1 will be in the basement, 1 will be in my room, and I'm like, oh my god, like what are you doing? Where I like literally I'm that person who uses the drawers at the hotels. Like my clothes have to be organized, and it's so you're like crazy to me. I'm like, what? Like aren't you afraid of forgetting shit? Which you do forget shit all the time here.
Let my guard down.
Yeah, you're getting better. Okay, only a couple more. What's my favorite drunk food?
what level of drunk?
I don't know. Anyway.
Well, the go-to is legit always Subway. She
Yeah,
lives right across the
Subway.
street from one. But clearly, you can house a personal pizza.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that drunk though. What? Oh, one time, but I don't remember it.
You know what? Actually, a really good one would be. She loves them all the time, but like you crave pickles, dude. When you're drunk, like you'll come home and just like
eat a jar of pickles.
half a jar of pickles with some ketchup.
Yeah.
Or like chips and salsa.
Yeah, chips.
Because I mean, it's just so accessible. We're just like. Brr.
Yeah. Otherwise, fries. I get fries everywhere.
Yeah.
Because like that's what I can get basically, and like I just really love them. So.
Yeah, that's kind of newer though, because you're like.
Yeah.
She used to love like certain things, and now she's like phasing them out and loving other things more. So potatoes is the next thing.
Yeah, it's a phase.
Really loves them.
They're probably a forever phase. I feel like yours are like the same. Like we always are like Subway, but you also really love Potbelly, Jimmy John's.
Just a good sandwich, just because of the substance, like the bread and stuff. But
and
I don't know,
you're a pizza dude.
Yeah.
What do you look forward most about our future? I kind of worded that wrong. What do you look forward to most?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Just future-wise, I don't know. I mean, just keeping the adventure rolling, just because we do a lot on like low budget.
Yeah, we do.
Like I feel like we're always doing something cool, and then like I tell people about it, they're like, they just sound like the biggest yuppies because they're like, you did that? Like I'm like, yeah, why? I don't know. We're
basically
just
like camping and kayaking and shit like that, like.
Or just like hiking and like, or just we always try to go to like trails or like walking the dog or doing whatever. I don't know. We're always doing something.
Trying to be like outdoors and active is like kind of.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. Some people are like.
Yeah, not into it.
You did a week and what? Oh my god.
Yeah, their dates are like going out to eat, and we like don't do that. Yeah, I look forward most. I feel like it's like really simple, but. Like literally just like sleeping in the same bed every night. Like I miss that because we did that in college.
Just being like by each other.
Yeah.
Our exposure rate right now is very little.
Yeah. Well, and it's just kind of frustrating because like our weekends kind of have to revolve around each other because we don't see each other throughout the week, and that's not a bad thing. Like he's my priority for the weekend for whatever we're doing. I don't know if we lived together, our weekends will probably be different with like friends and stuff too. I think because we'll see each other every day.
Yeah.
I even look forward, and this is like you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But I look forward to like cooking like you like vegan like healthy meals and stuff, and like I don't know, I'm not like much of a cook, but I think like whenever
said she's gonna cook.
We're
that's
together, so. Yeah, I want to, I do, and even just like having coffee together in the morning if we have time before work.
I just think our life is gonna slow down a lot, just like in a good way, not like us not doing anything. It's just gonna slow down and like I feel like we're always just like when's the next time we're gonna see each other?
Yeah,
and it's like
always planning.
But yeah, like the stress of that's like pretty annoying to be honest.
And like I think traveling, I can't wait till like we have like pretty solid careers and like you know how many like days you have off or like what you can do, because right now like looking back to like or going back to that question earlier about like where we want to travel, we were like serious about looking up like these Greece trips, and then we realized like we have no idea like where Kyle's going to be working in the next 2 months even, so it's kind of like we can't really plan in advance because what if he has like no time off or it's very strict, like we just don't know.
Yeah. But
I really can't wait to travel with you. Last question. Who's your favorite person ever?
You.
Aww. Okay, that's it. Do you have any other questions that you wanted to ask?
What's my favorite color?
Carolina blue. We literally just talked about this. That's why we're laughing.
What? Yeah, she didn't know.
Well,
she's
like,
like
it was blue. And he's like, what
that's
kind
like
of blue?
saying, what's your favorite car? Car.
Then I said light blue. It's like, there's not that many shades of light blue.
Baby blue.
Powder blue.
Powder blue or
Carolina blue. I got it now.
Though that like palette range.
I got it.
It's awesome. What's something I say a lot that like bugs you, or you're just like you knew the answer but you just don't respond? Like so.
Am I supposed to say it or are you gonna guess it?
You can say it.
Okay, that slaps. He always says like that shit slaps. Like the fucking teenagers say it these days, I guess, and I'm like, no.
Oh, premise. I work in a higy school right now.
Yeah, so you're around all those like that language.
What was yours that you always used to say? And I was like, dude, is it faux show maybe? Dude, I don't know. There was one, and I was like, stop.
I feel like I also say like BRB and shit, and you're like, stop saying the letters.
But one that you always say to me, and I'm like,
you hate when I say bro.
Nope.
Dude.
Nope.
Okay, I don't know.
Always. Love you, or like missing you.
Oh, you don't
always.
like it?
No, I just always know it's
Okay.
coming. I like text it before you say
do,
it.
yeah.
Always.
I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. He's
No,
always like,
I do
miss you,
too.
and I'm like, always. Like, I always miss you, I do.
No, I know, but I always know that's coming.
Yeah.
Last meal, whatever you could eat, what would it be?
That is so hard. For sure, like a turtle caramel cheesecake would be my
Dang, you just went straight for the sweet.
recipe. I know, but I really
I thought you were
love
gonna say
cheesecake.
like loaded fries or something.
Yeah, the meal part's really hard because I feel like I just really enjoy a good pizza, and I don't have it very often, but whenever I do, I'm like, holy shit, this is so good. So probably like pizza, loaded fries. I really love cheese fries.
Zeb's snoring, by the way. It's
Yeah,
not...
my dog's snoring if you hear him. Fettuccine Alfredo is really fucking good too. Or a big Chinese bowl of noodles. I would have to think about that for probably days.
Lou Malnati's deep dish, because that is just out of this world good. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is. Deep dish, yeah.
I don't know. That's hard. But like
That's
also,
so
I
hard.
love nachos, or like some of the best guacamole I've ever had. Maybe that's in the mix. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Also like mashed potatoes.
Or like a KFC.
Cheesy mashed potato.
A KFC
Bowl.
bowl.
Yeah. Dude, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's way too hard. You're stressing me out, making me think about it. So, moving on. Do you have any more?
I don't know. I don't have any.
No
I
more?
don't think so.
Alright, let's wrap it up then. Thanks for doing this. That was nice of you. And you had good answers. I'm pretty proud. That was fun for me. Did you have fun?
Yeah. I mean,
Happy almost 5 years.
But
I love you.
I hope they would. I love you too. I hope they would be something you'd be like, oh, that I thought
I
that was
know.
what it was gonna
Yeah, I don't know. I
For the
thought
most part.
you would like know everything because like you're just like really again you have like a really great brain. So good job.
be. Just a good memory. Really
Yeah,
good
you do have
memory.
really good memory. Okay, that's all, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe below. I love you all, and I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.